Let's talk about this comment I got on a video. A few weeks ago, I did a segment on Gilles Simeoni, and I got this comment. It's probably better if you brought it up. I can read it better. No, yeah, I can read it better there. All right, so just to summarize the video, Gilles Simeoni. I got this idea from a crazy Canadian guy that I watch on a pay channel called Compound Censored. It's a Scottish immigrant, Canadian, now he's American. But anyway, I don't want to drop any names. And he's, I don't know, just said on the show once when I was drinking, it was like, we should start messing with this guy. We should hate this guy, Gilles Simeoni. It's like, I'm down for that. So I made up a bunch of stories about a guy I've never met, never even heard of. And by the way, I say that in the video. Never heard of the guy until the night before. And so a couple days later, I get a comment that says this. Now, if you know about Gilles Simeoni, he's Corsican, France area. So here's a comment. Jealous people make radio, all caps. You say you met this guy's. I'm not even going to go into all the spelling and grammatical errors. Okay, all right. So you say you met this guy's when you were a child and he was teen. So 40 years ago. Yes, that's the claim I'm making in this stupid video. All right. How can you insult a man you don't know? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. You're very aggressive and you're just trying to create buzz by slandering with lies, and very sad and very pitiful. 2 L's. What you say is insulting and above all defamatory. You spelled that right. This man is very successful. Seems like there's a lot of extra spaces as well. Also socially, politically, intellectually. He's lawyer and he has a doctorate in political science, while you still remained, with a D, unknown in your little village making radio. 215 subscribers. What achievement? You spelled achievement right. Do you even know where Corsica is? So please open a book. I don't fault you for that kind of thing. It's like, a lot of Americans don't even know where Corsica is. That's fair. Weak people take revenge. Courageous people forgive. Intelligent people ignore. Jealous people make radio. Why hold the mic? You got something to say?
Is this the guy?
The guy? Our guy? No.
No. Is this the guy that
Gilles?
commented?
Maybe. There's a lot of emotion wrapped up in this comment, isn't there?
It just feels like it might be him personally.
I would. That's awesome. That's great. And if it is you, Gilles Simeoni, I made a video about Jasmine Crockett as well. I think the same week. I don't see anybody. I don't see her in my comments. I don't see anyone in her staff in my comments. You know what I mean? Because she's American and I'm American. You don't understand. All right, my quick comment. I wanted to save this for the show. Was LMAO pitiful? Just one example of the horrible spelling and grammar. I live in America, so I can say whatever I want. Sure, I know where Corsica is. I prefer Elba, where they put Napoleon for a while. It's just Euro trash islands. And the reason I say that is because you don't understand what it's like to have a freedom of speech. The freedom of speech is a uniquely American concept. It was invented by Americans, and every single government in the world up until that point they would silence the voices of dissenters, and that's the old world mentality that you have. That I shouldn't be allowed to say that because I'm a doctor and I'm a politician and I've done this and I got these qualifications. If this is you. All right. And I can't make fun of you too much for not knowing the nuances of the English language. After all, it's probably, second, third language. Fair enough. You Europeans you do speak many languages. It doesn't make you smarter or better or anything like that. And I think that's kind of the point. Do you think that these qualifications and where you're from makes you better than an American? Because that's the whole European mindset, is Americans are fat, dumb, and racist. It's like, no, not all of us. Some of us are smart. Some of us have joined the Navy. Some of us have been to Europe. I've been to Europe. I can prove it to you. It's filthy. You people are slobs. And if you disagree with me, let me ask you a question. Did you take first class and like five-star service the whole time? Because you haven't been to Europe. All right, you people are filthy. I mean, I walk around Europe and I'm just like, I bet a centurion, Roman centurion, like 500 years ago, dug a hole and shit right there. You know, you see trash scattered around, and there's a lot of trash scattered around Europe. You see trash scattered around, and you look at it sometimes. Is that that paper on that twig over there? Is that parchment? Is it papyrus? Has anyone cleaned up as all these armies just slide back and forth all over Europe? Anyone clean up? How else can I prove it to you? I'll say something positive about Europe that I liked. Ever since a white American man named Willis Carrier invented air conditioning, it kind of revolutionized the world. Air conditioning is one of the greatest inventions ever. I mean, summer's coming. You'll appreciate it soon. But after the invention of air conditioning, every single building in the United States, like 99% of all the buildings in the United States, are sealed up. All right. And I think this kind of accelerated the no smoking thing in America. But when I went to Europe, you know, a lot of those buildings are older than like the 40s and stuff like that, you know. And so they would already have a ventilation system set into like a bar. Like I'm thinking about one bar in particular that it could seal up so they could turn on the climate control stuff, the air conditioning or the heat. But like in a summer day, they could like push out these big windows and you get like a cross breeze, especially if it's like on a corner and you get a cross breeze from both sides. And it's just, and you could sit there in the bar, you could smoke cigars and drink beers all day, trying to figure out the local language as best you can. And there's good ventilation. You can feel like you can breathe, but you know, you go to a smoking section in any American bar or restaurant, it's like, you feel like you're choking on it because it's all sealed up. Positive thing. All right. And so as an American, I can say what I want. I could, you know, make fun of you for being European, but I will say what I don't notice in this post. I do not see a denial that Gilles Simeoni was in Lake Placid, New York in 1985-1986 school year. I do not see a denial that he was in Fredericksburg, Virginia in 1994, where he gave me bad advice to break up with the one that got away. And I do not see a denial that he was living in Luray, Virginia in 2006, where he was doing weird sexual and genetic experiments with horses. I see no denial of that. And even if English is your second language, and you understood enough of this video to understand that it's insulting, certainly you should have picked up the context clues that I have no idea who this guy is, and that I'm making up every single thing of this. I'm sorry, I do not believe that you can spell achievement correctly, which, by the way, most Americans misspell that the most. That actually is proof that you're not American. You spelled achievement correctly. All right. Oh, I forgot my point. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, Americans, you know, we know that we can say whatever we want, and it doesn't matter. For example, Jasmine Crockett could sit there and go comment on my video, but Americans know is like, he just has 215 subscribers. Why do you care? Why are you so emotionally invested in this nonsense, in this bullshit that he's obviously laying down? So the only real answer is that whoever wrote this absolutely does not have a sense of humor. Also, I think maybe if it is Gilles himself making this anonymous comment, I wonder if he's thinking, how does he know I'm uncircumcised? And I'll tell you why, because you're a trash. You hate religion. You particularly hate Judeo-Christian religion. A lot of Europeans hate Jewish people. And so you're like, I'm not cutting my cock the way that the Jews do. It's an accurate guess. Am I right? So don't tell me you didn't flash me at the playground, you motherfucker. Do you understand? It's bullshit. I even mentioned the horse thing. It's just something to fill my show, you know. And I don't care about having 215 subscribers. I'm thankful for every single one. I was thankful when I had dozens of subscribers. Now I can say I have hundreds. All right. Call me optimistic in that way. Freedom of speech, motherfucker.